Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of AM2R. Oh!
Oh, how considerate. You're not going to make us suffer with you.
That's right. Yeah, so this whole episode, for the most part, is just going to be looking for upgrades. Or not really looking for them, just getting them, because that would be boring.
I don't think I got this one in particular. I don't remember going through lava for a missile.
Well, now you know.
Yeah,
yes, this is also where I'm going to start. This is a point where I learned how to Shinespark. Finally.
Oh, shoot.
I still think it's super obnoxious.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I remember you saying how much you hate Shinesparking.
I hate it. It's just a stupid thing. You got to do this run, and then you have to tap down to save it, and then you have like a limited amount of time before it runs out. But then also it's like, if you jump while you use it...
Oh, that good old tune.
That's right. If you jump while you use it, it like sort of negates itself a little bit if you jump in a certain way, and it's super terrible.
Dan, what happened?
See this, and this is the problem with Shinesparking, is that it's super imprecise also. So it just like knocks, like you'll get into situations where like you're not aligned perfectly, and so it will just knock off a couple blocks and not go all the way through, which happens to me a fair amount of times, though none that you'll be able to see other than that one, I think, maybe, I don't remember. It's just not good. Fuck Shinesparking.
Yeah.
Make it, just put it on a button or something, you know?
It's obnoxious to pull
Just
off.
make it a power-up. Yeah, see, you do stuff like that, where it's like, in this one you have to actually line yourself up basically pixel perfect, and if you don't, and it's also like with a thing that's out of your view, so if you don't line yourself up properly, it's just like, okay, I guess I gotta go back and do the stupid run thing again, and then also try to make sure I like am lined up perfectly with this thing that I can't see. It's just
Usually,
dumb.
like, when it comes to those sorts of Shinesparking, the game will throw an indicator, like, on the floor, so you know where to... I mean, wow, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but to other M's credit, it does that.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
it does usually give you notifications as to, like, you know, if you're going from room to room to set up a Shinespark, usually it'll give you some sort of indicator as to where you need to pull it off.
I forget how that game actually deals with Shinesparks. Like,
Well, I think we've been over this. We don't give other M any
Well,
credits.
I'm giving it just this one, Jordan. Because it does do it, and this game does... Although, I don't know, maybe it could be because we're watching on a low-res version, but I thought I saw like a bit of a crack in the floor where that would have lined up with the Shinespark Dan just pulled off. I might have just been seeing things, though.
Interesting. You might have been right. It's possible. We'll never know. Viewers at home, you can go back and look and see if that was actually the case or
That's the
not.
power of the internet. So, AGDQ, Dan, gonna sign up now that you're a pro Shinesparker?
Oh yeah, as long as I can video edit, I think my time is going to be great.
Yeah, sure. Tool assisted speedrun.
You're just gonna edit your playtime to be about 1 millisecond.
Yeah, as long as I can like bump my speed up by like 700%, I think I could really nail this record.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think you might be right, kind of, because over here you can actually see there's like the rock right underneath.
Shoot.
That's really interesting. I never noticed that. But then again, you have this thing of like, oh, I wasn't lined up perfectly, and so my shoulders hit the wall.
I mean,
So we can't.
Or the ceiling.
So we don't need to give other M credit. Good.
That's right.
all right, Jordan, you win this one. I'll find another. I just have to replay the game another 2 times.
I don't know when it's gonna get there.
So are we actually done with the item hunt, Dan?
We are actually done. Yes, that is the end of that. So now we are going to continue to play this game. Am I done? Now that I'm second guessing myself, I'm pretty sure we're just making progress at this point. Okay. A little bit of backtracking and such, but
Missile happy.
Major, I don't think.
Yeah, how many
pretty
how many super missiles are you up now? Are you?
I am now up to 10 super missiles. I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is I think half of them. I think we decided on an earlier episode that it was 20 in total in this
Yeah,
game.
I think so. Yeah, I didn't end up with that many. I think I got like maybe 7 or 8. They're not the easiest to find. Yeah.
They're not. They are definitely not easy to find, but they are pretty important. Like, I'm pretty sure before I recorded this, I actually like fought the last boss a bunch of times and just died because I didn't have enough super missiles, and so I had to like go back and do all this stuff. Because I think I went into the boss with 6, and that is not a lot. Though actually, that boss stocks you up.
Yeah,
occasionally.
that's a terrible idea.
It's still pretty bad. Yeah, so. The super missiles are super, super useful, and the more you can get, the better, but the game does not make it easy for you to do so.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm actually looking forward to that because, I mean, like, I haven't had time, of course, to finish AM2R, but, like, you know, I've played the original Metroid 2, so I'm interested to see how it compares, because, oh my god, it's hard in the original.
It's hard in this game. It's not that hard. Like, I would say, like, probably the first time you beat an Omega Metroid, or you face an Omega Metroid, that's, like, probably harder than the final bosses. That you just need a lot of resources. And I actually while I was fighting that boss, I looked it up. I looked up what, like, the Game Boy version of the boss looked like, just to see if it's, like, the same. And I was pretty surprised because it's basically the same thing. I didn't see anything that really stuck out as like, oh, this is really different.
There's just a lot more phases to the AM2R version, I would say.
Yeah, I guess that's it, really.
Well, not only that, but it's like a part of the difficulty of the old one is the limitations of the Game Boy.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Because I mean, like, you have a limited space to really do anything, and it is just tearing you apart.
Jordan, did you play that game on an emulator or on like an actual, like you actually had it on Game Boy?
No, I played it on the 3DS Virtual Console.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because I was going to say playing that on a Game Boy also sounds like it would be a real problem just because of like how kind of low res that screen was and just how hard that game, like getting proper light on it being really difficult and that sort of stuff.
Screen crunch.
Oh god, that would have been a nightmare. Like, I don't understand how that game would even work without a backlight.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't understand how most games nowadays can work, or even back then could work without a backlight. But I still played them back then, so.
I mean, I had a worm light.
Well, those things were still like, I mean, they can't really compare to like a backlight though. Like, I remember having like a thing I attached onto my Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, and I'm just like, even that, like when the SP came out, I'm like, what the fuck have they been doing all my life?
Did you have like that magnifying screen thing that also had a light in it?
No, I just had one that it was just like this light attachment
Okay.
that just went on top of the
That's
thing.
the worm light,
Okay,
right?
yeah. I had a worm light,
Yeah.
which was like it was just this plastic thing that you could sort of move it around and stuff. It was pretty cool, honestly, but obviously not as good as an actual backlight would be.
Yeah, but kids these days will never know the struggle of trying to play a Game Boy at night in a car and waiting for a street light to come up.
Oh yeah,
Oh man,
that
Yep.
experience.
The struggle was real.
the struggle was real.
A worm light is like having a street light on all the time.
Yeah. And he always got like a bit of reflection from it still, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Bad old days.